administer the oath of office to Mr. Escott.
Would you mind standing? Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of member of the Board of Education
of member of the Board of Education
of Bannock Public Schools
of Bannock Public Schools
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
You're official now.
Thank you.
Congrats, Paul.
Okay, now we can have a meeting. Congratulations, Zach.
Thank you.
Item 3, minutes, October 22nd, 2018. Minutes, has everyone had an opportunity to review those? If so, I accept a motion to approve those minutes. Motion by Ken, support by Bruce, please. Nick? Any questions or discussion or corrections? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. The November 6th special board meeting. I need a motion to approve those. Motion by Ken, support by Nick. Is there any questions, discussion, or corrections to be made? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 4, communications. Item A, boys soccer and cross-country recognition.
I've invited the boys soccer team to show up today. Unfortunately, it wasn't the greatest of weather, but we have Coach Sutherland here to kind of share with the board a little bit about their achievements this year and just give you, the board, an opportunity to thank and congratulate them on their season that they did. So, Mr. Sutherland, would you like to brag a little bit, if you would?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you guys for having us today. We did have a few young men here brave the weather. Thank you, parents, for getting here tonight. Okay, so quick little backstory for you. This was my 6th year coaching Bannock soccer. The last 2 seasons, we won the league championship 1 out of 2 times in the last 2 years, and we went 0 for 2 in the district finals. So we've been right to the top, and we haven't quite made it in the last 2 years. So the theme of 2018 was grit, because we really felt like we were moving in the right direction. We just needed to get that last push at the tail end of the year. So grit was our big theme. 12 of our 19 games were a 1-goal differential, which soccer typically is a pretty low-scoring sport, but that's a really small differential. I mean, we were battling for every single W this year. We were 5-3-0 in our league, which was good enough for 2nd place to USA, again for like the 3rd year in a row, which is a tough one to swallow for us. We were 13-5-1 overall as a team. This was our first district championship since 2012. That makes 5 for the Bannock soccer team for the program overall. We had, from like a team note, we had 17 different players get most improved votes, so that's voted on by our team, which is pretty amazing considering there are only 23 kids on our team. 17 different kids got voted most improved. Bradley Howard's actually here tonight. He won it. He was most improved this year. Congrats, Bradley. 7 different players got votes for MVP, and Spencer Britt ended up being our most valuable player this year in only his 2nd year, and he was also a captain. We had 10 different players make all conference, all district, and our 2 biggest awards for all region and all state, we had 2 players make it all the way to all state, which we've had all state players sprinkled throughout the last 6 years, but we've never had 2 of them. Jack Fitzpatrick is a sophomore on defense. He made all state honorable mention, and of course Spencer Britt, captain, senior, he made all region, all state honorable mention, which is for Bad-Axe is a really big deal. 2 players on our team, and Jack Fitzpatrick will be back, so that's excellent. We had a nice showing in our regional game. We were up 1-0 against Bloomfield Hills Roper. They tied us back up. We played the majority of the game, probably 60 minutes, tied 1-1. They scored on us with 23 seconds to go. It was a pretty tough way to end the to end that game, we didn't see that one coming. We were already thinking overtime, and it seemed like the game evened out really well. But we had a good showing, and that good showing did a lot for us in making sure we got some players that push through and get some good standing there in the all-region, all-state. On a quick personal note, it's just been a pleasure to be these guys' coach, and dealing with all our parents are fantastic. Thank you, board, for your support. And 20 years, 1998 was our first district ever for the soccer team here. And then 2018, makes 5 of them for us so far. It's, we're happy and we're looking forward to continued success. So thank you, board, for all your help and support. And if you guys ever need anything, you know where to find us. Weight room on the soccer field. So I think if it's okay with you guys, we were gonna go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, am I allowed to excuse these young men if?
You can, I was just gonna ask, maybe have, if your players that are here, and we thank you and congratulate you. I know, I've been, kinda not having been at practices every day, obviously, like your coaches are. You guys have represented our school very, very well, and I appreciate that because, and that's part of what makes this season special. I hope you guys appreciate that, and I think when you get to be someone like my age, you'll appreciate it even more. So I personally congratulate you as well. But if you wouldn't mind, maybe you guys could come start on this way and just kind of work your way down the board. I'd like to shake your hands if you wouldn't mind.
Coach, if you want to introduce them as they come through.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Sorry, first time. The man, the myth, the legend, Reese Rapson first. Our 8-1 goalie, Mr. Roman.
Yeah.
Mr. Derek.
How we doing?
Dante Schneider.
Just
And Bradley Howard.
Go back into town.
Unfortunately, cross-country folks aren't here tonight for obvious reasons, but just a brief synopsis. We had 2 runners, William Prescott and Dave Canarian, that qualified at the state level there last month, representing our school, and they, if I remember correctly, I think this is Dave's at least, he might have made it at 3 years now, and Jolena's been also her 3rd year. So just congratulations to those 2 as well. So
David got 4th. David got 4th in the state.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, did you say that? Sorry.
Okay, with that, we'll move on. Actually, item B, our auditor was unable to make the trip due to the weather. So that'll be moved to next month. So at this time, item 5, public comment. Is there anyone that wishes to address the board at this time? Please rise, state your name and your address.
My name is Donna Arnett, and I live at 1044 Cedar Street, Bad Axe, Michigan. I've been having issues with my youngest daughter in her class, or in her school. Mr. Batcher supposedly has taken care of it, but from what I'm understanding, this child has not even been punished. And I don't know what punishment is when you are punching another kid in the head and leaving welts on their head and big lumps on their head where they have to physically go to the doctor. She's 10 years old.
Yes, I would.
And I kind of want to see that video too. I called your office twice,
We
2
can arrange-
weeks ago, and I
You can
haven't
arrange
gotten,
that for later this week, Donna?
nobody's called me back.
I would say the part about consequences and things like that, we obviously can't get into specifics of what happened to other students. But
But I'm
I
thinking,
can say that there were indeed
an
consequences.
issue like that though, we should have at least had days off from school.
Again, I'm not gonna comment in a public meeting here on another student, the consequences they received or didn't.
What is the consequences for physically assaulting another child?
I would say.
ripping her hair out and leaving lumps on her head.
Is that a meeting you're gonna have?
We've talked on several occasions.
Yeah.
But I think with the one piece that was just mentioned, we can be in touch and set up something.
With the video, because I would like to view that.
Yep, that's very doable. Yes, it will. We'll give you a call tomorrow to set that up and arrange the time.
Okay.
Is there anyone else that wishes to address the board? Okay. Item 6, winter coaches registration.
In your packet is a couple recommendations to add from a previous month. There are just some additional winter coaches that have since been added for both for the junior high level. Brenda Engler at our junior high level, I'm sorry, for girls basketball. Brenda Engler with our junior high girls team as a volunteer, and also Tammy Clancy with our JV and varsity volunteer coach.
Okay, so at this time, we have 2 people that are recommended by the athletic director. Do I have a motion to approve those? Motion by Zach, supported by Denise. Is there any question or discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 7, finance. District bills.
I make a motion to pay the invoices out of the general fund in the amount of $119,683.27.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor for the district bills. Do I have support? Supported by Zach. Is there any questions or discussion regarding district bills? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item B, food service bills.
I make a motion to pay the food service invoices out of the food service account in the amount of $28,734.07.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor for food service bills. Do I have a support? Support by Mike. Is there any questions or discussion on these bills? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 8, Clay Pigeon Shooting Club. Mr. Dennis is not here, so Mr. Newman, are you going to bring us up to date on it?
There was some information in front of you when you came this morning, or this evening from Mr. Dennis. Just kind of go the bullet points that are in front of you. Money-wise, it looks, the fees there are $35 per kid for a registration fee and supplies. The hope is that can be, the families or students can be assisted with grants or perhaps even, Mr. Dennis was saying perhaps even costs being covered by some of the local, local groups in the area. Fox hunters and some sportsmen have both offered with help in regard to the manpower and facilities and even the financial part I just mentioned. It is my understanding that Jerry Gibbard, who is one of our custodians, who's also here and loves public speaking, is kind of going to take up the mantle here of leading, willing to lead the group. Ken Heslin was another mentor. He's from Harbor Beach and was instrumental in getting that group up and running last year, and is one that that Mr. Dennis has spoken with on a number of occasions, and I believe, Jerry, you would have as well in the past. And what you can see later in kind of the information that was taken off the USA Michigan State League site there. Harbor Beach and USA are 2 local areas, but looking at that as well, Sandusky, Reese, and 2 other additional schools in our area, or what I would classify in our area. The SEG, as far as the insurance aspect or the liability aspect, they did have some recommendations for some forms that that would be suggested for the players to sign, but nothing, nothing of significance there in that communication. And the timelines, looking at that, basically, from what has been explained to me, the idea is within the next month, schools who are wishing to start a team needs to get the school registered under their name, and then come January and February, it's a matter of getting the students registered, and they would be getting registered through online, through the state site. The planned season with, we're planning the season kind of by the beginning of March, and when I lost track of what the other, you can have a team as few as 5 shooters or players, shooters. But in the initial kind of recruitment, there have been 27 students that have expressed the interest, so that's a really great number. Now, whether or not that maintains once it actually happens, is, hard to say, but I do know the students that were here in the past, that first broke that have been kind of really into it, and I think talking with some of the other kids as well, and getting them recruited there. So at this point, what Mr. Dennis would be asking for is kind of the support of the board to go to the next step, which is that registering the school and as a member of the clay shooting league. Is there anything you would want to add?
I would have to take classes myself to register as a coach, and I have 25 years plus as a track shooting.
The students have to do the same, and I think
They
we
have to
mentioned
do
that
certain ones,
last
yes.
time, so. Is there anything you wanted?
Just saying that you gotta get registered, so the kids can get registered. Registration has to be in for the team by May 1st, March 1st. Kids have to be done by March 15th, they have to be registered. And there is a safety class. I think if they have 100,
They all have to have 100 safety.
if they have 100 safety, they're good. If not, they've gotta take a little class.
So for us as addition, that process as far as registering really needs to start soon.
It should start soon, yes, so the kids get everything in right and
Yeah. And there's also just some information for you just about kind of the contest, how it's handled, and again, that's taken right from the website there. I do not claim to be an expert in this field of our sport, but
Grades is it gonna be open to?
this would be the high school level.
So 7 through
No,
12?
9 through 12.
Okay. Well, then at this time, we have a recommendation by the school principal to proceed with the registration for a clay shooting team. And I need a motion to approve that. Motion by Nick, support by Zach. Is there any questions or discussion regarding this?
Yes. When are the events held?
In the springtime.
During the week, on the weekends,
They could be anytime you want them,
anytime? And practices would be,
same way. Most likely we'd have it on the weekends. So it doesn't, if they want to play baseball or soccer or whatever it may be, it doesn't interfere with that.
okay, I'm going to open a can of worms here. But I want to state for the record, I am in favor of this club sport. I have been asked by some of the members of the public. One of the remarks made to me was, you're actually going to put guns in the hands of students. My response to that was, I laughed. Because I believe that the person was not well informed. But that also brought me up a question also. As state policy goes, there are no weapons allowed on this campus.
Correct.
And I'm going to tell you right now, anyone, any student caught with a weapon on this campus will face expulsion.
Yes, they don't have, they can't have it.
I'm just making that very, very clear.
The only place they can have it is at the gun club.
Correct. But we all know that there could be, and we really don't want to go down that road.
And I've never heard it's been an issue in some of the other schools
Yeah.
that are part of this.
I think it's pretty safe to say that most of these kids that will be doing this are hunters to begin with.
Yeah. And if they have to be, if they have a physical disability, they would have to get something from their doctor so they can actually use a weapon.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of guidelines on it.
And I want to make it very clear, as I said in the beginning, and this is a wonderful club to start. This is great. I'm all in favor of it, but I want it out there.
And that kind of reiterates what Mr. Dent, one of the first concerns he brought up way
Mhm.
a few months back, so.
Okay, any other questions?
Who supplies the firearms?
They'll have to have their own. We do not give all the firearms or they have to bring their own.
Club own any?
Pardon?
Does the club own any? Can the club purchase
We
some?
don't do that because, just because of safety issues, make sure they would be responsible for their own firearm. We do not rent out firearms, we do not rent firearms.
So if someone wants to participate, they're gonna have to have their own gun or go buy one.
Did it state that in the sign-up sheet at all, or
The sign-up sheet was
Anybody
just
that-
more of a,
showing interest?
yes, just sign your name, there was no detailed paperwork, or they weren't signing off on anything at that time.
What is the typical shotgun used by?
12 gauge.
Any particular make or model preferred?
Most youth use 870s. And it's all has to be, no reloads, no, it has to be manufactured reloads.
So I guess the expense and the grants that might cover, that's only gonna cover the registration fee and supplies. Doesn't cover those that might not have a firearm of their own.
We do not responsible for firearms, we cannot do that. We can, and we have grants for ammunition, safety glasses, earplugs, and stuff of that nature.
Do we know if the other districts,
Same,
if it's the same?
in the rules of the league, it says right in the rules, you have to have your own.
Oh, okay.
You can only use certain ammunition, it has to be all factory, it cannot be anything else. As a club, we would donate the safety, like the glasses and earplugs and stuff of that nature. They all have to have it.
I don't have any of those things, sorry.
Okay, any other questions? Concerns? Okay, I have a motion and support on the floor. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, item 9, superintendent evaluation. We must go into closed session for this. So I need a motion to go into closed session. Motion by Zach, and I have support.